Just drop that chart, please. That's my all-time favorite chart. My all-time favorite chart. I love that chart. I sleep with that chart. I kiss it every night before I go. Because I wouldn't be here if it weren't for the chart. If you take a look at the arrow on the bottom, that was the day I left office. That was the lowest illegal immigration we ever had. And I kept it pretty good. And then you take a look, and we had Mexico pay for their soldiers. They didn't want to pay for their soldiers. I said, you have to give us soldiers while we build the wall. And they paid so much money to us, and they said, we're not going to do that. They actually laughed at me when I suggested it, and I said, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a tariff of 100% on all your cars and everything that comes into the United States. They said, you know what they said? Sir, we would be greatly honored to let you have our soldiers free of charge. Thousands. How many would you need, sir? I said, as many as it takes. And they were great. They made a big contribution to our security, let me tell you. But they got to stop with, now we're talking Turkey. One of the first calls I'm going to make is to Mexico. You stop letting people come in through our border and come in through your southern border, and you stop it. Because Mexico, and I had a great relationship with the president, but he retired now. He left. He was a good man. He was a socialist. You can't have everything, but he was a good man. But they paid a fortune for the soldiers along the border. We were able to have great numbers. Well, we built 571 miles of wall. I was going to add 200 more. By the way, far more than.
With us now is Pete Buttigieg, the former mayor in Indiana, kind enough to sort of weigh in on this race. It's always good to have you, Pete, but I wanted to get your thoughts on the nasty tone of this election. You had said not too long ago, I hope I quote you correctly, wouldn't it be nice to have a more normal political life in this country? Would any of that change no matter who wins?
Well, I think so. One of the reasons I've been struck by how many prominent Republicans are supporting Kamala Harris is it's not that they suddenly became less conservative or even that they agree with her on most issues. It's that they want us to have a more normal Republican Party again. You know, we just heard President Trump joking about shooting journalists yesterday or the other day. We heard him talk about, aiming guns at one of his political critics. By the way, a Republican who happened to criticize him. One of the things I most respect about government to succeed in an election right now, and one of the things we have right now, of course, is the vice president. She's the sitting vice president, but also represents generational change compared to Donald Trump. So it's just an unusual dynamic. It's hard to predict based on polls or models, which is why I think the most important thing is ground game. As I'm speaking to you from a field office in Jackson County, Michigan, I just spoke to an incredible number of fired up volunteers. Local party folks tell me they're not sure they've ever seen that many volunteers at a single canvas kickoff. We believe that more than anything else, more than the ads, the polls, the mailers, you name it. We believe that's going to be the key to her victory.
Women will be the key to her victory. You just mentioned, of course, on the abortion issue on X, you've written that American women will turn out to ensure Kamala Harris defeats the man who took away their right to choose. But the fact of the matter is you know very well, Mayor, it's a gender gap like the kind that we've never seen in recent American history, where men overwhelmingly want Donald Trump and women overwhelmingly.
No one does it better than Pete Buttigieg. The way he perfectly articulates Kamala Harris's agenda, not just how she's fighting for you, but how Donald Trump is relentlessly focused on himself, is nothing short of masterful. Just moments ago, you saw him subtly, yet firmly, shut down Neil Cavuto, dismantling the relentless stream of lies that MAGA is always pushing. But here's the thing, he's not the only one out there today. Kamala Harris has unleashed her top surrogates across the nation, and one of them is someone you won't want to miss, President Obama himself. He delivered a speech today that left the audience stunned, and I've got a clip that you need to see.
Character matters. A president makes a million decisions. And most of the time, they're judgment calls. The easy decisions, the obvious decisions get made by somebody else. The hard ones are what gets to the president's desk. And you can't anticipate every issue that's going to come down the pipe. And so it's really important. Does that person have a moral compass? Do they have some integrity? Are they focused on doing what's right by the American people? Values matter. Some of you know that when I was growing up, I didn't have a father in the house, but I did have people around me. Stepfather, grandparents, teachers, coaches, most of all my mom, who taught me the difference between right and wrong, who showed me what it meant to have integrity, to be honest, to be responsible, to work hard, to treat other people the way I wanted to be treated. Now, there were times where I did not perfectly live up to those values, especially when I was a teenager. But as I got older, I internalized those values. I tried to live up to them. Not perfectly, but I knew they were important, and I wanted to be that person. And I suspect most of you grew up the same way. And one of the most disturbing things about this election, not just this election.
Buttigieg, President Obama, the best of the best are hitting the campaign trail. Just yesterday, we even saw Michelle Obama out there rallying support. And Kamala Harris? She's closing in with remarkable strength, not just sending out her surrogates, but stepping up herself full force. We're going to keep following this journey, tracking every moment, every word, every heartbeat, until the final second of this election and beyond. If you're with us, if you're ready to see where this all leads, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and if you've stayed until the end, drop a blue heart in the comments to show you're in. And for those who've already cast their vote for Kamala Harris, let us know. I'm wearing my I voted sticker because I voted today. Share your voting stories in the comments, and until next time, stay tuned, things are just getting started.